Hi, I'm Teddy. I wanted to try something different for this video and actually chat while the speed paint was going. Might be a little bit more interesting than just having music over it, and you might actually want to watch it then. Thinking of actually starting like a few other things, but I'll get into that later. So today, this video is specifically what my Valentine's Day themed picture was. So my best friend is the Phoenix, and I draw him something for occasions every year. And we met each other through a space design competition. So the theme of this drawing was space. In saying that, I also wanted it to be kind of alien-like. So I wanted to use the most eye-hurting neon possible, so you really drive home that alien vibe, because neon's what aliens look like, right? But yeah, the characters themselves are from a little story that my brothers and I have made since I was like 11. And it's called The World We Don't Belong. If you ask my siblings, it's probably called something else. But to put it really basically, all of our friends and family have personas, so to speak, and they then become different mythical creatures or characters. The ones that we started with, so my family members, didn't really get a choice. We kind of gave them characters, or my siblings gave me one. Like, if I got to choose, I'd probably be a dragon at the time. But my brother thought I'd be better off as an angel, and I thought he'd be cool as an undead knight. And my baby brother's a reaper. So things like that. We all have really silly titles. If you check out my Instagram or my other social medias, you'll see that. I'm Polychi Teddy on everything. I'm really easy to find. But yeah, so we put this little world together. It's basically just something fun that we do. And so my best friend is part of that. His favourite creature is a phoenix. So he is a phoenix specialising in obviously fire magic, but also things tech related and, maybe metal related, and he's more into like building things and creating things, so that's where his magic comes from. Angel herself is my persona. I call her Angel, which is so creative. But she is just a normal angel. Her powers are shape-shifting and illusions. She, out of all my family, is actually the weakest. And she lives with the Little Reaper. I can get into that the more I draw, and the more I show you things, and maybe I can tell you more about the story. Anyway, that's like a really super basic rundown. And yeah, the drawing's just space-related, pretty, that's that. I used a tutorial to make the little galaxy in the background, so I will put that in the description, because I use it actually quite a lot and I really like it. And I think it makes things really pretty to have your own galaxy rather than like, one that you found off of Google, because then you can have your own colours and things, and that's really fun. But yeah, other than that, I'm trying to reinvent my YouTube channel, my Instagram, things like that. I want to get more into being an online presence, I think. And so I wanted to try something a little bit different, so, chatting like I am. What would you guys like to see? Obviously, I'm happy to do more speed paints like this, or like more unboxings that you've seen before. I have a new apartment now, so it'll be a different setup, and I've got a cool background and stuff that I can show you guys. Otherwise, I have a few different little hobbies. I make resin things. I sometimes paint dolls. Not well, but I do. I paint in general. I scrapbook. I am a huge collector. I could probably do a room tour one day and show off all the things that I have. And otherwise I sing sometimes, but I don't know if that one's a plan or not. But you know, I'm happy to play around, see what you guys like, do that. I was also thinking of making a little persona for my YouTube channel, pop her in the corners, so that, you know, like some of the other speed painting artists who have like little characters that sort of move in the corner. Not like a whole VTuber, because I don't have the capability to do that. But I'll try and get like a little still person that moves sometimes. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm a nurse, so obviously this won't be a full-time thing. My uploads will be really random, because my shifts are also really random. So you'll see me every now and again, and you'll see a few pictures every now and again. Yeah. The video is 20 minutes, and I don't have much to talk about this time around. I'm also building a PC, so all the videos that I've made so far have been on iMovie. Wow! So hopefully when I get a proper PC setup, which is actually arriving today, I'll be able to make better quality videos and not have my computer crying the whole time. As well as actually have like proper editing things and you know, put it together a little bit nicer than what I already do. But yeah, I wanted to theme my PC pink, so it's pink. At the moment, I don't have a pink monitor though. My friend gave me his old monitor and it's black and not the vibe, but I have a pink keyboard and mouse and case, and so I just have to take everything out of the other case and shove it into the pink one. I wanted to have like a cute vibe and stuff like that. I was also thinking of getting like a really cool angel themed desk mat, which I think would be really nice and really pretty. But I'm just all for pink aesthetic things. Also wings, just wings. Feathery things are fun. Glitter, sparkly things are also fun. Speaking of things I like, my recent obsessions at the moment are Digimon and Hollow Knight. So I have quite a large collection of Digimon and Hollow Knight things. I really enjoy them. I actually haven't completed the Hollow Knight game, but the vibe of it, the music, the art is just all my favourite thing. And with Digimon, I've been watching it since I was a child. So I just have a massive obsession with it. Probably where my obsession with angels came from, and where my brother decided to make me an angel, is because Patamon is my favourite, and he digivolved into a huge angel, which is brilliant. Yeah, so I have a few things around the house that I guess I can show you later. Other than that, I have a few little personas. So I have Angel, I have the little character that I'll pop in my YouTube things, and I have Teddy and Ghost. Teddy's a tiger, Ghost is a dragon, and I'll show you guys them in maybe another video. Yeah, but so maybe I can talk about my drawing process as well. That might be something fun. So I started this drawing specifically with making the galaxy, which I didn't show in this video, but as I said, I'll pop a tutorial in the description. So that took me about half an hour, and then as you can see, I started with the sketch of the moon base and tried something different with that and tried to paint it rather than like draw it with lines, because I didn't think the like adding outlines and line art to it would make it look good, and I think it came out okay. So then I start with a basic sketch of the body shapes, so then I can move them around a bit, change their sizes, make them actually fit into the the canvas, and you know, so I can have the parts that I want there, and that's depending on what I do, I call it sketchy, or just sketchy. And then I go over it with like the faces, the hair, and the clothes that I want them to wear. And then from that, I start the line art. So with the line art, I outline them as best as I can. I have a wing tutorial that I use for the wings, and it's the best tutorial I've ever used. I'll pop it down in the description box for you. I also have a bat one, so I'll pop that one there too, for like, you know, both different types of wings, which is really fun. For Phoenix, I used a basic bird, like a wagtail design for his tail. Originally it was just a bunch of those little feathers, you know, the big puffy ones at the end, the long ones. It was just a bunch of those, and they got really difficult to draw after a while. So I redesigned them to have a more bird tail, and that's still hard, but a little bit less hard than trying to figure out where to put 15 different little long feathers. So with the line art, so I outline it as best as I can, rub out any bits that I guess overlined. If I forget, I'll do it later as well. And then I add the eye shines as well. So recently I've been really excited to do like little shapes for eye shines, so I put like stars and hearts and things, which I think are really cute. You can't really see them well when I do them because I do it on the white background, but once the backgrounds start popping up, you can see them quite nicely, which I like. Then I start with the base colour, so I'll usually open another drawing that I had of the characters so that I can, you know, have some consistency with the colours that I use. So the one that I opened was my Christmas drawing. If you see it pop up, that's of Angel and Phoenix, as Phoenix is a nutcracker and Angel is just a normal little Santa creature, I guess, doing a dance. I don't know what's with me in dances at the moment, but I just think it's pretty. Yeah, so I use those colours to get the base colours, colour everything in. If I go outside the lines, I'll rub it out. If I go inside the lines into a different section, it doesn't really matter because I'll colour over it later. And then I start on the shading, which is on a different layer. You'll find that sometimes I forget and I put it on the base layer, and then I just kind of give up on that and leave it there and hope for the best. But most of the times I try to get it on a different layer, and then once the shading's done, so I go for parts that I think need shading. I do need to get better at light movements and things. I do the highlights, and the highlights are my favourite because basically all I do is add glitter and shiny things, you know, throw some sparkles here and there, little love hearts and stuff. And then from there I do any extras. So like for Phoenix, he has a beard, so I colour in his face and then make the opacity 50, add some hairs and stuff to make it a little bit more realistic, and go from there. And then with Angel, maybe sometimes I'll put makeup on her, I'll cover her in glitter because in reality I like to cover myself in glitter if I go out. And I have a few little brushes for that as well, just to make her look sparkly. And then basically it's done. I don't normally draw backgrounds, so this one's something different. So normally I just, you know, once it's all done, I add a base colour of whatever colour I feel like. Normally it's like a pastel green. And then I post that, maybe add a few leaves. Yeah, but this one's a bit more detailed, has some more colours, more background, more space, more moon. But yeah, that's basically what I do. You can watch it. I've put together all of my drawing abilities from years of drawing. For one, I've been drawing since I was a child, and also just like watching different people. I follow so many different artists and they all have different tutorials and what they do, and I kind of squish them all together to make my own style. So when I was a child, I put together a few tutorials use those to learn anatomy and a few other things and facial expressions, you know, because my characters had short legs and big heads and no eyebrows, so I figured all of that out and started drawing them a little bit better. Recently, one thing that I've changed is that I've rounded the elf ears off a little bit. Originally they just used to be spiky, and ears aren't like that. So I fixed that up a little bit. And I think they're more frog-mouthed than they used to be, and that's kind of not on purpose, but maybe I'll change that eventually. But yeah, so that's basically what I've done. I used to be really avid on DeviantArt, not so much anymore, mostly because I forget, but like, you know, that's where I used to look at all these different artists and aspire to be like them, so I try my best to try different themes and different colouring techniques and all these other things, and some of them worked and some of them didn't, so I just sort of put together what worked for me, and that's how I got where I am now. But yeah, I haven't been drawing as much as I used to because, well, I haven't really had the time between studying and jobs and, you know, all of that. Hopefully now that I am no longer studying and have moved out of home, I have a bit more time to myself. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you like my little picture. I had a lot of fun drawing it. I was happy with how it came out, and my friend really liked it too. Hopefully one day I can show you how I do one of my reference sheets, because they're really fun and they're really huge. And then I can tell you all the lore and stuff like that about my characters. But yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to me ramble for a hot while. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Yeah, thanks, and have a great day. Bye!